Hi, my name is Yesenia. I'm the undergraduate coordinator for the college. Students, I want to congratulate you on graduating high school. That truly is a great accomplishment, and we are so excited that you're going to be joining us on campus very soon. I want to take just a moment to share some key information on the programs within the College of Education and Health Professions, briefly revisit some of the resources that are available through the Boyer Center for Student Services, which is our advising center, and also just remind you of some final steps before your arrival to campus in the fall. All teacher preparation programs leading to a teaching license will require a separate application. A student typically applies during their sophomore year. It's important to note that most of the programs only have one application period, and a student must meet the GPA requirement and submit praxis scores to be considered for the program. Now, GPA requirements range from a 2.75 to a 3.0. It just depends on the program, and the praxis scores are the same across all programs. So the math, they're looking for a 150, reading is a 156, and then writing is 162. So those are the minimum scores on the praxis. Now we can waive the praxis requirement and use ACT or SAT scores in its place. But you'll want to make sure and add the writing section on the ACT or SAT. It's not required for admission to the university, but the writing section is required when applying to one of our education programs in the college. And then students who are accepted to the program will begin the following semester. So just as an example, the application deadline for the elementary education program is in September. A student would apply during the fall of their sophomore year by the September 15th deadline. If accepted, they would begin the program in the spring, directly following their acceptance to the program. A few of our programs offer students the opportunity to add an endorsement, which would provide additional opportunities to teach other subject areas. And then our educational studies program, this is our one program that does not lead to an initial teaching license, but it can prepare students to pursue a teaching license later. This is a customizable degree, and it will prepare students to apply teaching strategies in a variety of educational settings in the private sector, nonprofit organizations, and community agencies. So anything outside of that, public school setting. Certificate in STEM education and the STEM education minor. These are non-licensure options that a student can add to their degree plan to explore aspects of STEM education. Now, all teacher preparation programs require the student to complete an internship. It will either be a semester or a year-long internship. It, again, depends on the program, and it must be completed locally. So students will actually meet with the Office of Teacher Education the semester before starting their internship for placement. So you don't have to go out and find your own internship site. We have an office that is dedicated to helping you with all of those steps. So they will actually place you in one of our 16 school districts in the Northwest Arkansas area when the time comes. Now, I also get a lot of questions on licensure, certification in other states, things like that. That is going to start by first receiving a license in Arkansas. So educator licensure in each state is regulated by specific laws in that state, and it's dependent on the education standards that that state has adopted. In order to address teacher shortages in different areas, there are agreements, reciprocity agreements among states that make it possible for a teacher to be licensed in another state via reciprocity, but it's important to understand those agreements with each state. So it is recommended to contact the Department of Higher Education and the school district that you want to teach in, and ask about any additional requirements that must be completed to teach in that district or in that state. Some states allow teachers to fulfill additional requirements during their first year of teaching, but each state is different. Most of the health majors in the college will require a separate application, except for the exercise science and recreation and sports management majors. Students declaring a major in either one of these are automatically accepted into the major of their choice once they are accepted into the university. So for public health, communication sciences and disorders, and nursing, a separate application will be required. So students will start on a pre-public health, pre-communication sciences and disorders, or pre-nursing track when they begin at the U of A. And then once they've applied and have been accepted to the program, they are then switched to that major. The application process for public health, communication sciences, and nursing are competitive and begin sophomore year. A student must meet minimum requirements to apply to the program to be considered. So they have to have at least a 3.0 to be able to apply. Now with the communication sciences and disorders program, students will also be required to submit praxis scores. But by meeting minimum requirements, that does not guarantee admission into the program. So like I said before, they are very competitive entry process for these programs. Now each program requires hands-on experience before graduation. So students will actually meet with the department the semester before finishing the program, and the department will place them in an internship for that final semester of internship. Now the internship does have to be completed locally, so here in the Northwest Arkansas area, with the exception of recreation and sports management, that program allows their students to complete their internship in-state, out-of-state, out of the country even. So they have a little more flexibility when it comes to completing their internship and where they can do that. I will say our recreation and sports management program is our only 9-semester program. So just something to keep in mind there. And then with our nursing program, students will be required to complete 900 clinical hours in place of that internship. So those hours are already built into the program and will be a combination of skills and simulation labs on campus in the Eppley Center for Health Professions, along with clinical hours at area hospitals. And then the same thing, similar for our communication sciences and disorders program. So students will complete their hands-on experience in our speech and hearing clinic, which is also located in the Eppley Center for Health Professions. The Boyer Center for Student Services is our one-stop shop for all of our undergraduate students in the College of Education and Health Professions. Our advisors help students navigate their college experience and support them all the way through graduation. Now, all of our degree worksheets can be found on the website. Most majors are similar in the first year to 2 years, but there are some differences. So you'll want to become familiar with your degree plan. Now, meeting with an academic advisor each semester is required. Advisors communicate with their students and let them know, when registration is approaching. However, it is up to the student to schedule an academic advising appointment, attend, and ask questions throughout the meeting. Our advisors will provide academic support. They'll provide guidance on the educational plan that the student is on to help them achieve their goal. Now, if you find yourself struggling academically, tutoring is available for all subjects at no additional charge. It is part of your student fees, so make sure to take advantage of tutoring if you need it. There are also accommodations such as extended time on testing, ASL interpreters, and assistive technology available through the Center for Educational Access. The Office of Teacher Education serves our teaching candidates with steps leading up to licensure. Now, regarding reciprocity, there are agreements among states that make it possible for a teacher to be licensed in another state via reciprocity. But it's important to understand the reciprocity agreements in each state. Licensure or certification in another state typically starts by receiving a license in Arkansas, but it is best to contact the Department of Higher Education and the school district in that state to ask about any additional requirements. Some states accept an Arkansas license free and clear. Others allow teachers to fulfill additional requirements during the first year of teaching, but each state is very different. Now, the one-stop student guide is exactly what it sounds like. From this one page, you will be able to access student resources and services offered across campus. So say you have questions about payment plans, setting up a payment plan, you can select the treasurer's office tile, and as you can see, you'll be able to view tuition and fees, payment information, payment plan options, access the tuition estimator as well. Now, if you're still undecided on a major, I encourage you to check out the Career Development Center. As a student, you have access to self-assessments that can help you narrow down some career options based on your responses and some possible majors for that career pathway. You can also explore careers for your intended major. So like I said, you have access to self-assessments here, but this is what I want to focus on. So from here, you will be able to select what can I do with this major. You'll see all of our colleges listed and the majors. We're going to go ahead and just go with public health. And like I said, you can explore your intended major, learn more about what it is, and also view a list of related careers that you can pursue after graduation. Now, some of these careers may require graduate school, so that's just something to keep in mind. They also list some related careers, job and internship search links, career planning links. Now, something else that's available that I think is really cool is you can actually view our students' statistics. So graduate career paths. So from here, you would select whatever year it is that you're interested in viewing, show career paths, and it typically takes a little bit of time to get this information pulled up, but once it does, this is what it looks like. So from here, you'll be able to select the College of Education and Health Professions and view some of the different organization names, the titles, and the locations of these employment paths that our students have pursued. There's also a list of graduate schools that our students have been accepted to, the program, and again, the location. And all of that information is available for each of our majors. Here are some final steps that you'll want to take care of before you arrive on campus this fall. You will need to log into your housing contract to complete Phase 5 and select a date and time that you want to move in. Students, you will be given 3 days to choose from depending on your residence hall. You will also be receiving a temporary parking pass for the day of move-in. That temporary parking pass will be good for an hour. You'll want to submit your immunization records to the Pat Walker Health Center. They can be mailed, emailed, or faxed from the student's physician, or the Department of Health. These need to be submitted before the start of the semester. Now, all we're looking for are 2 MMRs, 2 measles, mumps, and rubella shots. This is a state requirement that the university must follow. For anyone requesting an exemption, a medical exemption form must be filled out by the student's physician, and that form can actually be found on the Pat Walker Health Center's website. A student requesting a religious or personal exemption must contact the Arkansas Department of Health to make that request. Only the Department of Health can provide religious or personal exemptions. Now, textbook and course materials for your classes can be found through the U of A bookstore. You will need to have your student's schedule handy. It will ask for some course information, which we'll look at here. So you'll need to select the term. So fall 21 is already selected. The department, we're going to look for biology, 2443. And it should allow you to just select a section. Then you would select Find Materials, and it will generate a list of textbooks and any other materials that you might need for that class. You can also buy your materials from here, used, new, digital. You can rent as well. It'll give you a drop down to where you can select. Now, technology recommendations and software downloads are also available on the website. IT Services has compiled a list of college-specific computer recommendations. There are also some general university recommendations here, but as you scroll down, you'll notice the college-specific recommendations. There are also software downloads available. Some are free of charge and others are available at a small additional cost. I also want to make you aware that through Technology Services, there are computer labs available not only in Mullins Library, but across campus. So here are some of the computer labs and hours of operations for those labs in our building. So the Graduate Education Building, Hyper, and Peabody Hall all have computer labs available. Now, under available campus-wide, you're also going to see some links for some great resources that are available to our students. Students, you actually have access to equipment checkout with your student ID. So anything ranging from calculator and laptops to digital cameras and gaming consoles are available. And you can view all of that through IT Services. You can also find information on printing quotas right here. It is all part of your student fee each semester, so it takes care up to $35 of printing or 700 single-sided pages, which is what that totals out to be. And just as a reminder, the college awards its own scholarship. So criteria for scholarships varies. Some is merit-based, others based on your major, financial need. So you will definitely want to submit the FAFSA. I encourage all students to submit the FAFSA. You just never know what you will be eligible for. But you can continue to receive scholarships each year. And the application period is January 1st through February 15th every year.
Hi, my name is Lizeth Martinez, and I'm an honors kinesiology major with the medical humanities minor from Prairie Grove, Arkansas. A piece of advice I would give to the COHEP students is to definitely live in the moment and get involved as soon as you can. There's over 400 different registered student organizations on campus, and there is a place for you, I promise. Take your academics seriously, especially this first year, and have fun, and welcome to the University of Arkansas.
Hi, my name is Lexi Subgati, and I am a senior kinesiology major in the College of Education and Health Professions. My advice for incoming freshmen is to embrace every opportunity that's afforded to you. 4 years goes by incredibly fast, so it's important to make your time worthwhile, but it's also important to use it wisely. There are a vast number of opportunities on campus, and that can be overwhelming. But by trying one new experience every semester, this will keep you from becoming overcommitted.
Hello, my name is Parker Evett, and I am a student inside the College of Education and Health Professions. I am a current junior majoring in early childhood education, and I am from Farmington, Arkansas. I have had the immense honor and privilege to work alongside so many bright future educators and outstanding staff and faculty members. I'm the president of the Educators Rising RSO on campus, and I am also involved in the Rotaract RSO. I cannot wait for what the future has in store for me in the upcoming years.
Hello, welcome to the University of Arkansas. My name is Chase Bowerman, I'm from Fayetteville, Arkansas, and I'm a kinesiology exercise science major. My advice to new students is to take advantage of all the groups and organizations on campus, as well as the unique job opportunities the U of A offers. I also recommend taking advantage of all the academic resources that you can, including your professors, writing labs, and tutors. Welcome to the Hill, and go Hogs!
Hello, my name is Helen, and I'm a nursing major and psychology minor. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, but I fell in love with Arkansas when I toured here. My advice to the College of Education and Health Professions students is to be proactive in your learning and to have fun. Keep a calendar of all your important dates, and if you're struggling in a class, don't be afraid to reach out to professors or form a study group. It's also important to have fun, so get involved in RSOs, attend Razorback football, and meet new people. I hope you all have the best time here at Arkansas, and go Hogs.
Hi, my name is Addison Littrell, and my major is Recreation and Sport Management with a minor in Human Development and Family Sciences. I'm from Springdale, Arkansas, so I stayed close to home because I love it here. My advice to new College of Education and Health Profession students is to not be afraid to ask for help, whether that is with academics or other things. My second piece of advice is to not be afraid to put yourself out there and sign up for student organizations or attend sporting events. Lastly, I would say not to take anything for granted because these few years will fly by. Welcome to the U of A, and go Hogs!
Hi, my name is Hannah Maestri. I am a senior communication disorders major in the College of Education and Health Professions. My piece of advice for incoming freshmen is to keep an open mind. I know that you're going to get a lot of information in a short period of time, and it can be overwhelming at times, but I want to assure you that you don't have to have everything figured out, like your major or what you're going to do for a career during your freshman year, and you will have plenty of time to make those decisions and to figure out what you're interested in during your college experience.
If you have questions, don't hesitate to contact me. You can scan the QR code to access degree worksheets for each major and direct links to the information covered in this presentation. Welcome to the Hill, and go Hogs!